do this. Let's get this shit done, man. Awesome. Part 8. What's going on, everybody? This is BroncoJuggalo and
Bill,
coming to you with a very special edition of our Friday the 13th review series. Today is the man himself's birthday. Well, not really, because supposedly he was born in June, but today is
Friday the 13th.
So this is a very special edition. We are doing today Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. God help me get through this film.
It's alright. It'll be over soon.
Anyways, guys, we're going to get right into it here. This film was directed by Rob Hedden. It stars Kane Hodder as Jason and Jensen Daggett as our final girl, Rennie. Let's jump right into the plot, guys. Rennie is a high school student who, with a group of other high school students and her guardian, who just happens to be the principal, are going on a cruise from Crystal Lake to Manhattan. Bit of a stretch there if you ask me. Yes, Crystal Lake is in New Jersey. A lot of people don't actually know that.
It is.
Crystal Lake is in New Jersey, but I didn't know it connected a river up to the harbor so you could go to Manhattan, but whatever.
Yeah, it works.
So, it's cool. Our final girl, Rennie, is a little bit different. Let's just say she has some issues.
Yeah.
She had some trauma in her past, and it contributes to this film and to the plot. This group of high school students, one teacher, a principal, and like 5 crew members
3
of this ship are going to Manhattan, and Jason, who is still under Crystal Lake after the events of Part 7, he gets awakened. He comes back to life, or he gets, freed, awakened, whatever. And he jumps onto the ship and tags along with them.
Yep.
Mayhem ensues, guys. You all know how that goes.
Oh, yeah.
So, some fun facts here, guys. This is the first film without Henry Manfredi, and personally, we both think it kind of suffers from that.
Yes.
It's the first time he didn't do the score. This is the second lowest grossing film in the franchise. But, on a weird note, this is Leonard Maltin. Yes, Mr. Leonard Maltin, Sir Movie himself. This is his favorite film in this franchise, and according to him, and a lot of people take his critical word to be Bond.
He's got good taste.
He says this is the best film in the entire franchise.
I have to disagree with him there. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. I found this film very fun.
It's not the worst, but it's pretty damn close.
That's your opinion.
There was a bit of controversy around this film. At the time, they were going to do a ad campaign featuring Jason slicing through the I Love New York logo, which everybody knew from the late 80s, early 90s. It was a huge thing.
It's iconic.
Yes, it is very iconic. The New York Tourism Committee said, no, you can't do that. They didn't like it. They absolutely hated it. They threatened to sue. They threatened to do all kinds of shit. They were going to pull the plug on the movie. Everything. Paramount bowed down to them and said, okay, we'll take it out and we'll do something else.
Yes, bow down to the whiny bitches.
A lot like we do today.
Yes.
As a society. This is also the final film in the franchise with Paramount Studios. After this film, New Line buys the rights. New Line Cinemas. So Jason takes a trip on over to the house that Freddy built.
Yep.
And we'll get into that more in the next review because it does come into play. So the only thing Paramount kept was the naming rights to Friday the 13th. I'm not sure why they kept the rights or why they were allowed to keep the rights, but they did.
Somebody forgot something here. Gotta have the name.
Or maybe they just wanted it for if they wanted to do a spin-off or something later on.
Who knows?
Who knows? But They kept the name, so going forward in the series, this is the last one to be known as Friday the 13th until we get to the remake.
Yes.
And unfortunately, the legal battles surrounding Friday the 13th are still going to this day, and it's really fucking shit up.
Hooray!
So, one more quick fun fact about this film, guys, is they actually changed the sound. Now, he thinks it's always been that way. And if it has, which I don't think it has, I still say it sounds like Jiffy Pop. It sounds like Jiff, 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 Pop, 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 Pop. And I still think it's product placement. I'll bet you if we look in the back door alleys of the contracts, there's a product placement in there somewhere. But
he says
it actually now says fully clearly, no distortion.
And it always has.
At the very beginning of the film, no, it hasn't.
Yes, it has.
It says very loudly. It doesn't sound like that, especially it wouldn't make sense in the first film. He wasn't the killer in the first film.
It's always been that way.
I don't think so.
I think it is.
I still think it's product placement to get people to buy popcorn when they watch movies.
No.
So, anyways, guys, we're going to get into our pros and cons, and we're going to lead off with our pros. My first pro, and I know this is a pro of yours as well, this right here. When Jason gets brought back to life, okay, these people are on this couple is on this boat. The anchor drags along the bottom, and it comes in contact with an underwater power line. It cuts into the power line, it sends electrical shock through the water, igniting Jason, hits Jason, reinvigorates him, reanimates him,
Jason again.
Brings him back to life again.
Instead of the stupid telekinesis thing, we're back to electricity, which is the way it should be.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's definitely the more Frankenstein thing, the throwback to Part 6. But I love this scene. This is my first pro because I absolutely love this sequence. The entire time on this little boat, I love every second of it. It is actually my favorite sequence in the entire franchise. And I don't even like this movie. But I love this sequence. It is so good. Whenever I binge watch these movies, I will literally wait and just cannot wait and with anticipation to get to this part. I think it is Jason at one of his best moments. And I absolutely love it. They did it so well.
He's secretly in the closet. He loves this movie.
Fuck you, no, I'm not. I had fun with it. I will say that. When we watched it
is a
for
fun
the review,
movie.
I had more fun with it than I have in the past. What's your first pro, brother?
All right. My first pro for this film is they actually tried with the secondary characters a little bit. You know, you got the boxer guy, athlete, boxer. You've got the slut. You've got the film student, wannabe film student. You got the rocker chick who wants to be a big rock star and everything. You know, they actually tried a little bit to develop some of the characters.
You got the captain's son who can't live up to his father's expectations.
Exactly.
Our final girl, the principal, he's a neurotic asshole. The teacher is the loving, caring teacher who loves everybody. And our final girl, she's the traumatized, PTSD student. And
yeah.
They did develop the characters well. This is kind of a con. That's a pro for me, but this is kind of a con. They did make them ultra stupid.
Most of them are in horror films.
I know I'm breaking the formula here. We're supposed to be talking about our pros. But just since we're talking about the characters anyways, they just made them really dumb. These guys did every horror movie cliche you can think of.
And then don't forget the throwaway ones, which you only see in one or two scenes, and then, we forget about them.
Yep.
They're gone.
They're just gone.
They go.
So.
Where are you? Oh, who cares?
Yeah, so anyways, yeah, I'm sorry I broke into the cons there for a second.
That's all right. You're right about that. And then there's one other character I want to talk about, and that's, he never gets a name. He's just called the Deckhand.
The crazy Deckhand.
Yes. Now, in the first two films, we had Ralph. Ralph dies in the second. It was too early in the third film to bring another nut job. A nut job that's warning everybody of impending doom. Too soon there. You know, that drifter in the middle of the road with the eyeball, way too soon.
Yeah, it was
But
dumb.
now we're in part 8. Not too soon. We can have another nut like that. In fact, his first line that he actually speaks is, "This voyage is doomed." So yeah, I like it.
The principal actually thinks he's the killer for a while until he actually sees the guy die in front of him.
Yeah.
And then he sees Jason, and then he's like, oh, yeah. Oh, Jason really is there. I've been saying he's not the whole time. I guess I'm the dumbass.
Oops.
My next pro is the pen to the eye. Jason comes through the porthole at our final girl, Rennie, and she grabs a pen that was gifted to her that supposedly Stephen King himself owned. And it was given to her by the loving teacher. And he's got her like that, you know, up against the porthole like this. And she gets the pen and she stabs it into his eye. And I think that was really well done. It looked really good, great effect. And it's not a Tom Savini effect, but it looked so good. And I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, it was good. All right, my next pro. I think it's just a fun movie. Yeah,
I did have more fun with it this time than I have before. I think because I knew it was so bad, I just let myself go and just went with it. I just went with it.
and that's what you need to do with. You should do it with every film you watch. Just don't have any expectations. Just go have fun while you watch it. This movie I do find fun. And one of the reasons is we have teleporting Jason. But I absolutely love disco teleporting Jason. Dude! Boom! He's here, he's there, he's here, he's behind me, he's in front of me. And, wow, bye-bye.
I'll get that.
But anyways, it was just funny. The teleporting disco Jason in the disco room was just hilarious. I'm gonna wait for you to get your ass back here because the fun thing.
That's
still
okay.
waiting for you.
That's alright. I'm just fixing it.
Alright.
Make sure everything's good there.
Alright. Another fun thing for me for this film was the billboard. When Jason first gets to Manhattan, the first thing he sees when he drags himself out of the water is a billboard of another guy in a hockey mask.
And at first I thought, you know, of course I've seen it a million times, but at first it's just like, oh wait, he's having a Michael Myers moment because he does this. But then the camera pans and you see what he's looking at and you're like, oh, dude, that's fucking funny.
Yeah.
And then he turns around and he's here, looking right here at the mask, and the billboard's here right behind him.
Right next to it.
And it's a beautiful shot. I will give him that. It's a beautiful shot. And it's just so funny because it's like, oh, dude, it looks so intimidating almost.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And then there's also the billboard in the lower right-hand corner is a logo. It almost looks like the New York Rangers logo. The hockey team.
They probably couldn't use the actual logo for whatever reason.
Yeah, but they use one very similar. A little fun thing.
It was a lot of fun, and that segues perfectly into my next pro, the mask. He gets the mask on the boat, the little boat, not the big boat, the little boat. Little boat.
Hello.
He gets the mask off the little boat. The guy and the girl that are on the boat, the guy uses it to try and scare his girlfriend with tales of Jason. But he hangs the mask on the, I think it was on the steering wheel, wasn't it?
On the wheel.
He hangs the mask there, and Jason comes in, takes it, puts it on. It looks a bit like this Part 7 mask, or maybe a cross between Part 6 and 7, but I love the look of the mask in this. This is probably one of my favorite masks. This one, for the remake, I love the remake mask. That thing looks so cool. But yeah, I think these are definitely the best masks in the series. I also kind of like the Uber Jason mask, but we'll get to that later. But anyways, I think that mask is so cool looking. In fact, I want to get a copy of it. I got a guy who makes masks, and I definitely want to get one. So I'm going to see about getting one of that. And it's going to cost me a bit, but Hopefully I can get that one because I think that's a cool looking mask.
Nice.
Probably one of the best things to come out of this movie.
All right. On to my next pro. New Yorkers. Y'all nailed them. I'm not talking about everybody from New York State. I'm talking
New York
about
City.
New York City, Queens,
Brooklyn.
and Brooklyn,
Jersey.
and New Jersey. They're all oblivious to anything and everything. If it doesn't affect me right here and now, I'm fucking oblivious.
You know what it reminds me of? And yes, I know this movie came out way before the one I'm about to reference. Men in Black 2. The subway scene.
Oh, yeah.
Where the giant, he's like, oh no, save Mr. Black Man. The giant cat. Nobody even notices the damn thing until the monster comes and starts eating the train.
And we got a subway scene here, too, where everybody just sort of gives Jason a glance and it's like, meh.
Yeah. Big old dude in a hockey mask and a machete walking through town and on the subway, and they're like, whatever.
In fact, roll the clip right here.
Living in the city ain't no big deal. Living in the city ain't no big deal. You gotta have a heart made of U.S. steel. If the crack don't get you, then the hookers will.
You a dead meat slime bag. Yo, man, it's cool. It's cool, man. It's cool.
Alright, that clip you just watched was the only time anybody really gave a shit about this big dude with a machete and a hockey mask. He
And I love
kicks the boombox over. What the fuck, man?
And I love the 1980s gang members.
They're funny
It's
as
just
shit.
funny as fuck. It's like, okay. And it's so cool. All he does is, never mind.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
So
I had to throw that in there.
that is really awesome. My final pro is a kill. It is honestly my favorite kill in the movie, so I'm going to wait to talk about it till we get to the end.
Yeah.
But there is one kill that I absolutely love that just makes this movie for me, as far as the good things about it go. So
Just wait till the end.
I will. We're going to wait till the end.
Alright.
Alright.
If your wife was here, you'd be, honey, come in and listen to me fart again. It's funny.
Hey, or be trying to put her head under the blanket with it.
You are a very weird, disturbed man.
Dude, there's nothing better than Dutch ovening your wife.
Okay, anyways.
Sorry,
Oh.
guys, my stomach's a little messed up. Probably all the beer I've been drinking today.
Alright. Do you have any more pros?
That's it for my pros. We'll get into the cons.
Alright.
Go ahead, brother. I'll let you start it.
Okay. First con, I know we're both going to share this. Manfredi's not there.
Yeah, and Fred Mullen?
Fred Mullen.
He does an okay job, but he's way too much with the synthesizers.
Yeah. I'm not going to give the guy too much shit, though.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a jerk about it. He did okay on 7 with Manfredi, but just the absence of Manfredi just takes something away from the franchise.
It does. I don't know what it is. Because Fred Mullen did a decent job. It's just something is missing. It might be minute but something is. Something is missing without Manfredi.
Okay, my first con, I already talked about the characters being stupid. We're going to go into what I probably consider my biggest con. The vision sequences that happen throughout the film. Our main character, back before the events of the film, she almost drowns. We find out later that it is her douchebag uncle who is the one that threw her in the lake to make her learn to swim. So
How the fuck does that work out?
She swears that Jason Voorhees grabbed her as a little boy, even though it's way out of the timeline.
Yeah.
And pulled her down and almost drowned her. So throughout the whole film, she's having visions of Jason. And this is actually going to segue into another con I have, so I'm just going to talk about both of them.
Yes.
The first vision of Jason, when he's in the water and everything, he is not disfigured at all.
Not disfigured. I actually have that con too. He's not disfigured.
He's not disfigured at all. As the visions progress, he gets more and more disfigured. And then at the end of the movie, and this is why I'm segueing into this, at the end of the movie, when they kill Jason, he gets killed by toxic waste and he starts to melt. Literally,
I don't know
he melts.
what the hell that was. Was it toxic waste mixed with feces?
Oh, I don't know. It was.
It was a
waste.
sewer, so
But
God
he
only knows
starts
what's
to
in
melt,
there.
And at the end, what's left of him is a pristine-looking little boy. And when I say pristine, that's not in some weird way. What I mean is he's not disfigured. He looks just okay and normal, and like nothing ever happened. First off, some people think that's another vision. Some people think that he reverted back to his childhood. What the fuck?
Yeah.
How does that make any goddamn sense?
That doesn't.
If it's a vision, it's a vision. It still makes no fucking sense to the storyline. And it has no need to be in the film.
No.
It's completely useless time they spent doing something stupid. Just like Rob Zombie. Yes, Rob, I'm talking to you again. Halloween 2, your version.
Yeah,
the white fucking horse and the mom throughout the whole movie. I get you have to put your wife in every fucking thing you do, but really? Okay, sorry. I'll get into that more when I get to Halloween.
What the fuck is with
I got
the
a lot to
horse?
say about that. I don't know what the fuck is with the horse. I'm still trying to figure that part out.
Maybe he's got a My Little Pony fetish. Maybe he's one of those bronies.
I think he just wants to get fucked by a horse. Anyways, I'll get more into that in Halloween because we're talking about Jason right now.
Yes.
But the point I'm trying to make is that scene didn't belong there, and this scenes don't belong here. The ending does not belong here. It makes no sense whatsoever.
No.
I mean, they don't take the little boy with them, so is it a vision?
Would you take the little boy with you?
They what the fuck happens? Does he go into an orphanage in Manhattan? What? I don't fucking know, but it makes no sense. And it makes no sense going into the next film. It makes no sense from the previous films. You have a certain thing here with Jason. He died as a little kid. That's my belief. I don't believe that he stayed alive and escaped and saw his mom getting killed.
So
he died as a little boy.
Jason?
He died as a little boy. There is that little bit of element of supernatural. He either comes back or he gets resuscitated. Maybe somebody pulled him out and he gets resuscitated. But he did die as a little boy. He drowned and died. He washes up. Whatever happens, he comes back to life. He grows. He gets older. He dies again in 4. Becomes Zombie Jason in 6. He's Zombie Jason up through now, up through 9, into 10, and Freddy vs. Jason.
And the remake.
It makes no sense for this ending to be here. Going backwards or forwards makes no sense.
No.
So I absolutely hate that part. I hate the visions. I hate the ending. 2 cons rolled into one, guys. Sorry to take up your time.
Honestly, though, if Jason did revert into a little kid, I'm sorry. That's Jason. I would have curb stomped him right then and there. Because it's Jason
Child
fucking
abuse.
Voorhees.
Child abuse.
It's Jason fucking Voorhees. Alright. My next con.
I'm out of beer.
That is a con.
Yeah.
But that's a personal one for you. About the movie, though. Where the fuck is the crew of this ship? There's 3 of them. We got the captain, the first mate, and a deckhand. Where the fuck are the rest of them?
No engine room guy, no cooks, no nothing. During that scene you were talking about with Disco Jason, there's a bar filled with alcohol. The principal asks,
Where'd you get the champagne?
I think we're about to see her again. Hang on. She
I think
is
she's about
the
ready to
slutty
snort
rich
coke.
girl. She just got caught, I think. Right there.
Yeah, that
Blonde,
one.
move your head. Blonde, slutty rich girl. She has champagne. She's trying to seduce him to blackmail him. He's like, where'd you get that? There's an entire fucking bar down there with nobody watching it and all the kids are around.
And there's booze.
Yeah. So yeah, where the fuck is the crew of this ship? You know?
I don't fucking know. It takes more than 3 people to sail a ship that big.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really? They're not in a dinghy. Need more than 3.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to look at something. It's almost funny looking on my foot. Anyways, my next con. Perfect segue again, brother. My next con. 90% of this fucking movie takes place on the ship. It's
All
called
right.
Jason Takes Manhattan, not Jason Takes a fucking boat ride.
He's on the Love Boat.
It seems like it. Okay, I get for budget reasons. I get that. That was the big thing. They couldn't afford to film Manhattan. I guess it's really expensive to film Manhattan.
Yeah.
So the only filming they actually did in New York was the Times Square scenes.
Yeah.
From the opening and the part with Jason in the middle, or towards the end of the film. Even the harbor scenes, the alleyway scenes, all that was filmed in Vancouver and in LA. Nowhere near New York. I get that they had to do it for money. But lots of movies have filmed in other cities. Chicago, Atlanta, Denver, LA, and still pretended it was New York.
Yeah.
And it worked. I wanted to see Jason taking on Manhattan. I wanted to see him randomly killing Manhattanites. I didn't want to see Jason Takes a Boat Ride. That is a big con for me. It really is.
Sounds like a bad title for a porno. Jason Takes a Boat Ride. Bow, chicka, bow, bow. It really does. But yeah.
That's a con for me.
I can see why they chose Vancouver. You know, the weather is kind of similar, so you can get away with it.
Right.
Yeah.
You got any more cons? Because I only got one left. My final con, guys, and I know I'm going to catch some flack for this, even from him.
Let me guess. You hate the guy playing Jason again.
I don't hate him. He's just extremely overrated. Kane Hodder brings nothing to the role of Jason.
Yes, you do, sir.
The only thing he brings to Jason is he
What do
huffs
you
and
call
puffs.
that? What do you call what you were just
huffs,
doing?
he puffs, and he blows your little house down.
Oh, I thought you were doing fat yoga.
Fuck you. Once again, just like in part 7, Kane Hodder, I'm sorry. Why do people revere this guy as Jason so much? I get that he was
He's
dedicated
not the
to
worst.
it. I get that he loved doing it. I
Oh.
get that he played him in 4 films, which is too many for me. Kane Hodder is
Hater.
nowhere close to the best Jason. Why do people like him so much? He brought nothing to the film. He brought nothing to the role of Jason. He doesn't bring anything to the role of Jason until part 10. And I'll get to that in part 10. He finally gives me a little something in part 10. Really, I really feel like I've been fucked without getting to come. That's what Kane Hodder feels like to me.
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't have gone there, but hey, to each their own.
I'm sorry, there are way better Jasons. Way better. Way better. Hell, bring back C.J. Graham. He could have done better. Bring back Ted fucking White. I mean...
Now he's really starting to stretch it.
No, Ted White was an awesome Jason. So was C.J.
He
Graham.
was. They were
both
all awesome Jason. Awesome
The guy
Jason.
that played in part 5 was better than Kane Hodder.
Wow. Okay then.
I knew he was.
Somebody's having a tantrum.
Anyways, though, guys, that is pretty much it. We are going to get to our favorite kills. This has been an awesome experience. It is Friday the 13th, and it's so cool to review this on
yeah.
Friday the 13th. So, we're going to get into our favorite kills. I'm going to let you go first, brother.
Well, we got the same one again. But
That's
it's only
true.
the second time. It's the kill I like to call the boxing money shot.
Jason and Julius. Julius is a boxer. He's a Golden Gloves champ. They are up on the roof somewhere in Manhattan. And Julius is like, throughout the whole movie, Julius was gung-ho about getting Jason. He tried to organize
when he
students
found
to
out
get
about
Jason. Yeah, when he found out what was going on. He wanted to go after Jason. They got some weapons. They went after him. They failed. Julius escaped with his life and got onto shore with him. And once again, he encounters Jason on the rooftop of a building. Like I said, he's a boxer, right? So he's jiking and juving, and he's boxing Jason. And Jason's just taking punch after punch and backing up and backing up and backing up and taking punches. And Julius is getting more and more and more tired.
Yep.
Finally, Julius is so... Take your best shot.
And here comes the money shot.
Just one hit from Jason. Boom! Knocks Julius's head clean the fuck off. It bounces down, falls into a dumpster, and the lid slams shut. It was so cool looking. It was so well done. And it was a complete decapitation by punching.
Yes.
I absolutely love it. And I'm going to stick the clip for you guys right here.
Your best shot. Motherfucker.
Alright, Bill, so like you said, we share that one. What's your runner-up then?
My runner-up will be the principal getting shoved into that barrel. It looks like water mixed with feces, toxic waste, and everything else in the alleyway. I love it because the guy's a total fucking douchebag. And he got what he deserved. He's drowning in God knows what. And he's drowning in it.
Yeah. Definitely a good one, guys. And I'm going to put that clip up as well right here.
Please! Please! I'm begging you! Please!
So that is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed our review today. It is Friday the 13th. Watch out for hockey mask killers. Happy birthday, big guy.
Happy birthday, Jason.
Yes, we know your birthday's actually in June.
Don't care. This
But
is
there wasn't
really
a Friday the 13th in June, so happy fucking birthday, you bitch.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, this is BroncoJuggalo saying we'll see you in part 9. Thank you for joining us for Jason Takes Manhattan.
And this is Bill saying good night.
Hey, you double G-A-L-O. Hey, 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 hey.